May the fourth be with you. It's me, your artist Alejandro. Yep. It's May 4th, Star Wars Day. So Alejandro, why aren't you doing a Star Wars sketch? I tried. I didn't think about it as this was happening, and I was trying to do something and it just didn't come out. But as a funny treat, I'm going to take you back in time. I was there when Star Wars debuted in 1977. That is 48 years ago. Ouch. Hard to grasp that concept. So I was caught in the middle of the Star Wars fever and mania and got Star Wars action figures, comics, and made my own drawings. So I'm going to show you some. I found them. I still have them. Mind you, this is coming from, at the time, maybe a 7 or 8-year-old going on up. I stopped before Return of the Jedi came out. So there is some Empire Strikes Back stuff in there. But you got to see this. So let's go back in time and see some of my old drawings of Star Wars. Oh my. Well, this is, I don't know if I even have, this is supposed to be Han Solo and Chewie. Oh my goodness. I was taking this image from, I think, maybe a comic book drawing of him, trying to get the Harrison Ford look. Oh my goodness, see the muscles. All new, yeah. Yeah, I was about 7 or 8 when I did this. And there's Luke. I think, yep, same thing, like maybe a drawing of Mark Hamill. And I tried to interpret it as best I could. Look at those little fingers. He only has 3. He looks a little stoned. Hey, what's happening, man? Another Han Solo. Some kind of like Beatles haircut, it seems. Then I did my style. Some of the Star Wars people. I don't know, for some reason I put DC. I was obsessed with DC at the time. But look at that. There is Han and Chewie. And I just threw in little action poses of them, not coloring them. Pretty funny. And there's Luke Skywalker. May the Force be with you. Look at that. And look at Luke. Look at the lightsaber. Now, he never had the yellow lightsaber, but only as an action figure. I don't know if it debuted in anything else. In other media. But there he is swinging with Leia. Obi-Wan telling him stuff. Him in the X-Wing weird helmet I made. There's C-3PO and R2-D2. Beep boop. Wow. Wow. Let's go back. There they are. Not too bad, considering I was just a young lad. Wow. Not bad details. Obviously, I had a lot of Star Wars stuff. Then came the Cantina guys. Now, I was obsessed with them. They had very little screen time and weren't given any lines, but this guy, at the time, as an action figure, was sold as Hammerhead. And I played with him, and I don't know if I think he became an ally of the Rebels. I don't know. Greedo, definitely not. Oh, what kind of outfit I gave him. He looks very different than what the action figure was. Of course, Han Solo shoots him. And only Han Solo pulls the trigger. Princess Leia. Wow. Very small boobies. This is supposed to be her projection from R2-D2. I don't remember her raising her hands. Here's where she gets hit by that blast from the stormtrooper, and she's got that lot of gigantic face of hers. The little slippers. Did she have boots? I don't know. And I was just doing what I was doing. I think the action figure might have had... No. Where's that? Obi-Wan. His little lightsaber. Looks like a machete. May the Force be with you. He gets the label too. Here he is doing a little slice and dice and facing off against Vader. Pretty funny. There's my Darth Vader. Now, I may have taken some liberties from the Marvel comic, because you got to remember, the only way to see the movie again was in the theater. I don't think I had any souvenir brochures or anything, but in the Marvel comic, they made his eyes red. Yeah, I don't know why. Darth Lord Vader, and there's his red dagger. I mean, red lightsaber. And a stormtrooper, no less. And to get one of them in there, I don't know what kind of running position he's doing there. He's doing stormtrooper aerobics, I think. I don't know why he's smiling. Then The Empire Strikes Back. It's an extra. The Empire Strikes Back came out. My art was getting a little better. And then there's Luke fighting Vader, but you only see Vader's hand. Yoda, I think I used a photo reference for that. And definitely a photo reference for Han. Stretching his face out like a... almost like Jabba here, huh? What happened there? Not bad for a 10, maybe 11-year-old. They come out in 1980. Let's see, I'm using the Empire Strikes Back logo. I put Han Solo in his Hoth outfit. Kissing Leia. Yeah, that's how we kiss back then. Look at it, like ripping up her lip. What do you got frozen in carbonite? And Luke, in his Bespin fatigue, says it was labeled on the action figure, even though he wore some of it on Dagobah. Yoda's face, jeez, it's like I made him a little giant there. The lightsaber's getting a little bigger, but look at the proportions on his face. Oh my goodness. Oh, there he is, wounded after the Wampa attacked him. We're getting there. Lando Calrissian. Look at the stash I gave him. Holy moly, and the hair. Him hugging Han. I don't know what's going on there. It's like he knocked him out. Han looks like he's half asleep or beaten. His smile. Yeah, portions I just way out of the realm there, guys. But people like my art. And there he is in Han Solo's outfit at the end, taking the Millennium Falcon to look from. And there's Princess Leia in her Bespin outfit. I liked her more in the Hoth outfit. Her hairstyle there. And she wore the Hoth outfit with the Bespin hairdo. I was trying to get there, but I mean, man, proportions. She looks like a kid. And look at Han Solo next to her. He's like 2 times her size. Pretty funny. And Lobot, or Lobot. This was Lando Calrissian's right-hand man. Didn't say anything in the movie. But I used him a lot as an action figure. He's pointing at something. Go get your popcorn and tickets. What is this? This is one of the Bespin guards. Look at the face. It's like, I don't know what. Like I gave up. And where the bounty hunter is Bosk. Has no lines. I think he growls. That's it. You see his foot. There it is. The Imperial's looking at his foot. Dengar for some reason. And then Vader's finger at Boba Fett. And there's IG-88 in the background. But there's Bosk. I thought he was a cool action figure. For some reason, I decided to give a Tauntaun a character entry. Of all the creatures. Look at Luke getting tossed from the Tauntaun. I don't remember his knees bending. It looks like he's leaping like Spider-Man. Isn't that funny? And the Tauntaun's just staring at the Wampa's claw right near its face. Here's Han Solo riding the Tauntaun with his face covered. Actually looks pretty good. But there was an emphasis here I didn't really realize that. It looks like the Tauntauns had 2 sets of nostrils, apparently. And there's Han Solo cutting them open. Gross. I thought that was so nasty. I didn't realize years later that Han put Luke inside the Tauntaun to stay warm. Yuck. A snow trooper. I thought these guys were so rad. I mean, the design, that little hood, they were still stormtroopers, but different. I actually have a snow trooper action figure. I should show them to you guys. Darth Vader, there they are firing their green lasers. I don't know if they had green lasers. Yeah, there he is. Look at that. These were these really tall action figures. I mean, look at my hand compared to him. I've had him since then. You believe that? I had some of the other tall action figures. I don't know what happened to them. I think they just got ruined over time. This guy's still holding in there. I don't know if I used him as a reference, but try to get some of the details, see? That is pretty wild. And then for some other reason, I made an Imperial Walker as a character entry. I don't know why. I thought these things were the coolest weapons the Empire had. This walking behemoth thing. It's like, what? Something on legs? Damn. I guess that's supposed to be Luke or some X-Wing pilot. It looks like he's sucked on a lemon or something. I'm falling asleep at the wheel. There's the walking. You could call him at Imperial Walker. IG-88. One of the bounty hunters going after Han. I used a photo reference. I think for some reason I believe his arm was missing, and I just drew it that way. Here he is with the others. And then I used different paper for Yoda. Excuse me. Yoda was a big deal. I mean, this was a Jedi Master, this little green guy. I definitely used photo reference for that. Not too bad, considering my age. Well, this one, it was like a collectible program that came out, and I had it before I saw the movie. So I was obsessed with, like, who's Yoda? What does he sound like? What is he doing? So I used that as a reference. And this is a funny thing I found. For Halloween, I made my own Yoda mask. Yep, look at that. I was drawing Yoda a lot. He was one of the coolest characters. Judge me by my size, do you? Such wisdom. Yeah, I actually wore this. He cut the whole eyes out so I could wear this. OMG. Yep, I did it. I went there. And it felt like forever before I saw the movie. It felt like forever. And then this badass bounty hunter called Boba Fett. Whoa, the design on him I just thought was insane. Yeah, it felt like forever before I saw the movie. And back then there was really not many multiplexes or whatever for some reason. And one theater played it, and of course it was selling out every time. So finally I got to see it. But, let me go to the next guy. Dengar. Another bounty hunter, no lines, but I thought he looked really cool. So my mom was driving us to the theater finally, and a few blocks away, her car stalled. Yes, her car stalled. And this is like an important event. So this is 1980, and Mom didn't care. She gave us some money for me and my friends, and we ran to the theater and got to see the movie. And Mom picked us up later. This is how trusting she was. She trusted we could be in the theater safe by ourselves. And true to her word, somehow, some way, she found us and got us at the end of the movie. Thankfully, her car was okay, she was okay, and then she got to see the movie with us again, because of course you can't see it just once. Gotta have multiple viewings. As I said, this was before, I did all this before there was a sequel of Return of the Jedi. So I made up my own called Return of the Rebels. And I upgraded Leia to Queen Organa. And made Captain Solo his own, like, reverse. I made him wearing white and a yellow shirt for some reason. Look at her feet. I didn't know what's going on underneath her cheeks. Luke Skywalker and Chewie. Kind of gave Luke the outfit he was wearing at the end of Star Wars when he got his little medal. Chewie's little bandolier straps were missing. That's it. So there you have it. Some of my old Star Wars drawings. Yeah, that's going back a lot. I still have them. It's really hard for me to let go of my artwork. And just funny to see how I drew back as a young lad back in the day. Nothing would stop me. I had to draw this stuff. And Star Wars was a big part of my youth. So, happy to share a little bit of my past with you, just so you can see how I drew back then. There is some other stuff I want to show you, but that deserves its own video. Believe me, you'll see. But this is just a sampling of what I have. My little contribution to May the 4th be with you today. All right. Check out my other videos, of course, and I'll see you soon on the next sketch video. Until then, May the 4th be with you.